Welcome back everyone to Are You Hardcore for August 2019, where I have been building this little piece of art here. And we've got a little bit of daylight left before the sun goes down, which means that I can do my little operation that I wish to do here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out. I'm going to have to do a little bit of jumping, which means I'm going to have to do that also. Hopefully that'll be enough, and if not, I could take those two out. Actually, I do have to take those two out no matter what. All right, and I could add those in afterwards because I think I have at least, yes, I do have some stone here for taking care of that. Now the idea here is I'm going to have some, right? Oh no, that I don't want that there. Ah, start off with the misplacement there. Okay, what I want to do is that. Then I can put this here. There. Yeah, all right, good. All right. All right, good. It's exactly what I wanted to do. And then 2 pieces of diorite. A nice thing I ran to that village near the end. Now the question is, does it look good? I think I'll wait until the morning before I go out there and see if there's anything else I need to do before I call it all done. Hopefully there isn't a pillager band out there getting ready to kill me or any such thing like that. And the worst thing that can happen is another chicken jockey spawns or something of that ilk. Okay, I'll get the dimensional bob ready for when I head out for that. Oh, yes, right. We do have the whole thing with the lanterns. I was thinking with the lanterns is that they might look as little ornaments to the side, or how you put on little ornaments. 1, 2, 3. See. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Little ornaments on needlework that you would put on the side. I think that's what will be. Let's see if I could get this up here. And there you go. So it could be little like ornaments at the top. Ah, good. And I can see what I could do for the side stuff later. I don't think I really am desperate need for it, but that'll do. Let's get a little bit of sleep here. Okay. Ah, that's right. The message that says you can only sleep during the nighttime is being hidden by the mods pack. Oh well. The little things that you miss there. Alright, good. Now everything looks fine here. And I think it's time to head out into the third dimension and take a look. Make sure nothing is ready to come out and eat me. Not that I'll be needing this. Alright, good. Everything. Oh. Oh, actually, I think that worked out pretty well. Alright, good. Well, I think the squid are ruining the view a little bit, but there you go. When those few... Let's try take a little shot with that. Be nice if I were a little bit closer to be a perfect height or something like that, but you can't have everything. There you go. At least I finished the project. That is the main thing over here. Good. Like to have all nice, a variety of shots and see which one looks best. There you go. Maybe I could get a better one after the whole thing is over, or maybe go into spectator mode and know what's going on there. But all right, that all, I think that came out very, very well. Now, there's only one little question left. What do you do? What do you do with the last 14 minutes? Oh boy, how close I was to just going a little bit over the edge there if I were in a slightly different location. Oh, that thing does some funny stuff when you get out of 3D mode. Now, I really am not in great need of any of this dye right here, but waste not, want not, I guess. And considering how hard it is to get to some places, especially when you consider that this is the end of the series, pretty much. Either and all that's left is to survive the next couple of minutes. And even I'll be hard pressed to get killed in this amount of time, though it is always possible. It's been known to happen. But regardless of whether or not I survive or not, I will consider this my most successful of my Are You Hardcore series because, yeah, not getting killed in day 2 and accomplishing what I needed to accomplish. Those are two things that are really, really useful. And I think that looked very nice. There's nothing this time that really jumped out at me as looking forward. Though, I don't think I was really taking. I was too busy taking photographs of it that I don't think I was paying as much attention to it as I was the first time, where I was trying to have a critical eye on it. But I think that the corners there just jumped out at me last time. And that means nothing jumped out at me and saying, yeah, this is really bad or anything like that. And I was concentrating a bit on the center. But I think then everything all works together. And that's what I think we'll call it a success then. A nice little piece of art. I think it's the, well, not, I won't say the first time I did. First time I certainly did it in that dimension, because I think I've done similar stuff in a nether portal. I had a nether portal during the third season of Her- not 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 Hermitcraft, for Wellstopia, where I had the floor to my nether portal was sort of a sort of this style of thing. Of course, it was a lot larger because this is only 16 by 16, and if I made it larger than 16 by 16, I think it would have been a bit of a hassle here. But this all is a one chunk little mosaic piece of art, which is a real nice thing to try, because I think it was too much larger. Then we're starting to run into sky issues and all that fun little stuff, which, you don't want to run into things like that. Right, we've got bed, we got this. Now, I did not build a house of any sort or anything like that because, well, Two dimensions. Where are you going to get a little bit of a house like that? And as I said earlier, except for this piece of art here, we're stretching the definition of two-dimensional in the first place. Now let's do some rabbit hunting. I know my rabbit hunting skills aren't particularly good because rabbits seem to be very good at evasion. But I figure, there you go. But I went through the trouble of selecting this, and I have no idea if the name of the sword was inspired by me or not, because I know that the first few that were on the list were obviously inspired by the family. The I mean, you have the bat sword and the cherry sword. So of course, so members of the mob cave. So I don't know if any of them were inspired by us. But when I see one called the Needle, and sounds like a reasonable name for a sword in the first place, so it could be that he didn't go out of his way for any weapons to that. But if it happened to have a similar name, it would help. And I figure the Needle fits anyone by the name of Pine Leaf Needles. Now, where are we? We are at the. Oh, we're only halfway through this episode. Right, and I'm already finished up my hunting trip here. I noticed that there were no wandering traders during this series, but considering that I didn't find the village until very late, I suppose that's no big shock there. Let's see. There you go. White wool. I decided in the end not to do anything with the wool. Sometimes it's nice to have a few extra materials just in case you think of something that you weren't having, because it'd be better to have it and not want it than the other way around. At least that's my opinion on the matter. Roll rabbit. Oof. So does that mean I can? It really should have some more stews. You have the suspicious stew and the mushroom stew, of course. Maybe you could add some more stews, such as a rabbit stew, and of course chicken soup. I mean, how can you not have chicken soup if you're going to have stuff like this? You could have maybe chicken. Well, maybe it could be chicken and mushroom soup if you're going to insist on having mushrooms in them. But maybe you could have chicken with. That's right. We do have. Isn't there a beet stew in there? So maybe have beets with some of the other stuff, and they can make other types of stews. Something to consider in the future. Cooked rabbit. No idea how much energy they restore, but I guess I so rarely have new recipes unlocked. What recipe did it possibly have unlocked there by having cooked rabbit? Oh, it might. Right? What could what could cooked rabbit possibly unlock? Rabbit? There is a rabbit stew. It's a bit of a joke. Oh, oh, oh. You need a baked potato, a cooked rabbit, a bowl, a carrot, and either a brown or blue or brown or red mushroom. So you need a variety of vegetables plus so there is such thing as rabbit stew. Well, that's why you experiment with things like that. And you learn a thing or two about the game that you didn't know before, such as The existence of rabbit stews. I'm sure I heard of it at one point in the past, but getting enough rabbits in order to be able to make a rabbit stew is rather difficult to say the least. Let's see. Rabbit hide. How many rabbit hides do you need in order to make leather? Out of curiosity. Leather needs 4 rabbit hides. Well, that is absolutely no huge shock. I would make that as a little bit of a mini quest. See, can I find a 4th rabbit skin and use that in order to make a piece of leather? It has absolutely positively no real effect on how the things go at the end, but what am I going to do with the extra couple of minutes at the end? And I must have killed all the rabbits, unfortunately. Alas, alas, alas. Ah, there you go. A rabbit must have gotten within... All right, okay. I'll take it. Oh, the rabbit just died right at the end there. All right. I'll go with it. All right. So we've got 4 of the rabbit skins now and making a piece of leather. How's that for a goal for for yes, we won Are You Hardcore because we made leather out of rabbit skin. No, I know, being silly, but for once I'm actually done early in one of these things because usually you're just scrambling at the end wondering, can I get this done? Can I get this done? Can I get this done? And then when you're stretching for something to finish off with, there you go. A piece of leather made out of rabbit and yeah. See, we have a piece of wood here. Oh, do I have a wooden weapon? Yes, I have a wooden axe. All right, good. I'll throw that there. And I'll throw that there. And that is our final piece of rabbit there. Got something useful out of that axe there in the end. Maybe I should have done it with the pick instead, since I even got less use out of that during the course of the series. And that is it. Unfortunately, I'm full right now, so I cannot have a little piece of rabbit in which to finish off the series. How I would have thought that chasing after those rabbits would have been used up some of my energy. Did I get any ink out of that? Of course not. Well, I've got plenty of ink. Oh, no, I did get 2 ink sacs. Okay. 2 ink sacs. Go with the rest of them that I never used because I needed less black wool than I thought. Meaning I needed none of it. But that is the end of this series. Thank you everyone for watching this edition of Are You Hardcore, where I was expected to survive and build and explore. Okay, I didn't do too much on the exploring side. That side I had bunches of mountains, but I did in the end find a village, so a little bit of exploration there. Managed to get something to help me with my build because I think the yellow terracotta there, the glazed terracotta there, I think really adds a real nice thing to this for the final bit there. And that's the official end right there. And I'll see you hopefully next month. But oh, I can leave now. All right. Good. Now I can get a really nice look at it. Wait, I am in. Slash. Let's say I need to. I want this thing out of the way. All right, good. All right, so what I want to do now is to get a really nice picture of this. Like that, right? Okay. Ooh, I think that looks really, really nice. So that's it for this series for this month. I'll see you in September, hopefully, where we'll be facing another challenge. And hopefully it'll be a challenge that will be to my life. I sort of liked this one. Certainly liked it better than the first two. Probably because I was really challenged in finding that mage last month. And yeah, I really didn't like that baby during the first month. But I did like to see what you can do with the two-dimensional world. When I first heard about this challenge, I didn't think it was going to be too interesting, but fortunately, I has actually come up with something that I could do in this world, and being able to think of something to do in the world really adds a little something to it. But that is it for this time, and I'll see you next month in Are You Hardcore?